Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what people think when you walk into the room. So this can be any room at all. And this is going to be what people think of you, as you walk into the room. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. We have 3 piles to choose from today. So for pile number 1, we have Rose Quartz. And we have the card, the Chariot. For pile number 2, we have Green Aventurine. And we have the Queen of Earth, which is the Queen of Pentacles. And for pile number 3, we have Petrified Wood. And we have the Hierophant. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is calling out to your soul the most, and that will be your pile for today. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this Rose Quartz crystal and the Chariot card, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what people think when you walk into the room. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. So as soon as I get into your pile, I feel the energies of people looking at you, and they may notice the car you drive, or something about transportation is coming through, because sometimes the Chariot reminds me of travel and transportation, so that could be a thing. They could notice something about that, or, like if you're walking somewhere, they could notice you while they're driving. I'm getting that impression for some of you. Either way, there's something about that coming through. I'm also picking up people may notice your fashion style very strongly, like when you walk into the room, and they're thinking that you're very creative when it comes to fashion and the way you style, your makeup, your hair, your clothing style, okay? It gives me this vibe like of unique creativity. And even when it comes to makeup, people often think the makeup that you wear is very nice if you do wear makeup. People also think you have quite this mysterious vibe or aura to you, and that you are someone that kind of, spirit is showing me like a spotlight. So I'm seeing this clairvoyantly, and people think that you really stand out, that you really turn people's heads. You have that noticeable features to your face, okay? But there's also this mystery here where people can't quite figure out. They're kind of intrigued by you, like, who is that? Especially strangers, okay? Okay, for some reason, Spirit is showing me the Tree of Life, like in necklace form. So if you wear any jewelry, people may notice that. People may think they like your jewelry. And I'm also seeing the Justice scale. So as I close my eyes clairvoyantly, so people think that you have this type of look to you in your face where you look like a very honest person. You look like someone people can trust. You look like someone that is very balanced within your life, okay? And that's the vibe I'm getting here. If my voice sounds a little bit weird, I'm still kind of recovering from a cold. It's kind of gone, but kind of, yeah. Okay, we're using the good tarot first. So spirit guides of pile number 1, what people think when they walk into the room. Okay, there's something here about the past, and you not being the same person you were in the past. And that could relate different to everyone. You could look different to what you looked like in the past. You could act a lot different. You could have, gone through some kind of level up or transformation. Just depending on what you resonate with. But I think that's something people think if they really know you, if they've really seen you before, or even if they don't know you, but they're like strangers, but they've seen you multiple times, you know, they could notice certain changes within you. Okay, let's take a look at your cards. You have more than expected. We have the Fool. We have the Three of Earth, Three of Pentacles. We have Coal, which I think is the Judgment card. And we have the Nine of Air, Nine of Swords. Okay. So what I'm really picking up here, you may have this type of vibe to you, whether it's true or not, of like, sort of like protecting yourself. I think it's funny that the Nine of Swords is here. And I mentioned, you know, you having a mysterious aura. But before I use the rose quartz crystal, I actually wanted to use black tourmaline for you. And this is bringing me back to that, and like you having this aura of protection around you when you walk into the room. That sometimes, okay, like let's say you go into the room and you are crossing your arms. And you don't know why you're doing that, but energetically, you're meant to be doing that because it's sort of closing up your energy and protecting you. Or let's say you decide, okay, I really feel the need to wear black today. Black is, you know, very protective. Or I feel the need to wear sunglasses today. It's like all of that. I know those are just small things, but from my experience as, you know, someone that uses intuition and things like that, I've seen that sometimes our intuition tells us to do certain things for a reason, and all of those things can protect us energetically. So it's almost like people think that maybe I don't want to say you're a little bit closed off, but you're just very selective of who you spend your time and energy with. Okay, because I feel here with the Fool, people see you as very free-spirited in some way, like maybe even having a quite youthful I want to say appearance, but I said experience by mistake. So there's something about that that's coming through. You know, you may be on the phone a lot when you're walking around in public or on a call or something like that, or people hear your voice and they very much are drawn to it. I'm getting that too. What are people thinking? People think you look free in some way, like you're comfortable being yourself out in public, comfortable being your authentic self, but there is a level of discernment here, like a level of protection your energy has up where it's like, I only give my time and energy to those that really value it. Ooh, okay, so yeah, definitely something about your fashion style people notice that's coming up very strongly. People may even think you have this very angelic or pure type of look to you in your appearance, like you look like a very sweet, angelic person. You look like a very loving person since you chose rose quartz, but it takes time for you to open up in that way. It takes time for you to trust in that way, and people really need to earn your trust. Okay, I'm really getting people think you look put together in some way. You look on point is the word I'm hearing. And there's a romantic sort of appearance to you where I think people sort of crush on you. Not sort of, they do crush on you when you're out in public. And I think it wouldn't be a full-blown crush if it's a stranger, but you know, like when you just see someone attractive walk by, people do definitely think you're very attractive, but in a romantic kind of way, but also like there's something about the way you carry yourself with authenticity that is attractive to others, and also your fashion style, the way you dress, the way you look so put together, that's something people start to crush on. Okay, my pile number ones, I'm going to pull some more cards in a minute, and I do see some more things here, but before I do so, I do want to ask you a quick favor, pile one. In the last 3 months, 60% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe, so if you've gotten this far to the video and you like this reading so far. If you haven't yet, can you please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button? It helps my channel more than you know. It helps my channel grow and find new audiences, as well as it helps me also put out more content. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all your support and all your love. And I'm so grateful for you just being here with me today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and the rest of the reading. Okay, there's something here about people thinking that you may have gone through pain in the past. You may have released like certain people that were hurting you, you know, because there's some level here of people thinking that how I said earlier, like it takes time for you to trust people. And I want to say you go out in public, but it's not like you look worried or anxious or scared. That's not the energy I'm getting, but it's more so discerning. You know what I mean? And therefore, I think people maybe think that you've maybe had certain people in your past that were untrustworthy. People also think that you look like a very, very busy bee is what I'm hearing. Like you look like you're always busy. You look like you work a lot, and you look like you really take care of yourself. That's what people think when you walk into the room. So what people think when they walk into the room, we're using the Crystal Magic Tarot now. We have the Death card with Jet. So yeah, a huge transformation or change has happened in your energy. And look at the protective symbols here. So that's confirmation. What people think when they walk into the room. Okay. The Chariot came out again with Pyrite. That's very interesting. So the Chariot meaning shows up twice. We have the Empress with Chrysocolla. We have the Five of Wands with Selenite. The Eight of Cups with Rhodochrosite. I feel the energies of heartbreak from these two cards, like clairsentiently, because I feel into energies. So there's something here about you going through karmic connections, or at least this is what people are thinking of you, right? With the Five of Wands, and you know, maybe you left behind certain relationships and people that weren't treating you well, and people think that you've maybe been heartbroken in the past, due to your level of discernment. Like, I guess they're making an assumption here. But they think that you have gained a lot of self-love. It looks like you love yourself a lot. It looks like you're a really loving person based off the vibe you give off, but also your appearance, like I said earlier. And there's something here about you knowing your worth with the Eight of Cups. You're ready to leave behind anything that isn't good for you. There's something here about people watching you when you eat, or like noticing the food you eat. If you've ever gone to a restaurant out in public, something like that's coming through. But you're also, people also just think you're a very loving person. The Knight of Coins with green jasper. I don't know why I was saying 8. We have 10 of Cups with rose quartz. And then at the back of the deck, we have the Two of Swords with obsidian. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. So people that have noticed you a lot, that have seen you a lot, know of you. Like when you walk into the room, they see how you've naturally improved over time, how you've naturally, you know, transformed over time, grown with the Empress here in this plant, how you've leveled up in some way within your energy, within your mental health, physical health, your relationships, things like that, the way you view yourself. It's also 10:10 on the clock, so there's something here about a reset, a new beginning, which we do see with the Fool. There's a sense of newness to you in the way that you carry and present yourself out in public. Okay, there's something here about people thinking you always look put together, even when you're like in comfortable or casual clothing, or like, let's just say you go to the grocery store and you're like in sweats and, you know, like a normal top. There's something still about you looking still put together, even with that, or like for my woman here, if you like wear a messy bun or something like that, people still think you look put together in that sense, where you're casual but still put together. People also often, notice the hairstyles you have and the jewelry you wear, and they think, I get the message, like people often think about your looks, when you walk into a room. And if you've ever hugged someone, like let's say you go to a party or something and someone introduces you to a bunch of people. People think that you look like a very happy person, but you only share that with those closest to you. And people think that you, really smell good if they've ever hugged you. Okay. And yeah, I get this feeling that people often think things about your looks, that you're so pretty or so attractive or so handsome. So this pile has that type of Venusian element to you because we have the Ten of Cups here. And this card, the way she is in her demeanor with all this pink and the rose kind of reminds me of Aphrodite, and it says rose quartz as well. And then we have the Empress here too, which is a Venusian energy. So Venus energy and Aphrodite are linked together in some way. So when we look at Venusian people, people that embody, like a Venusian energy in the way that they look and their energy, people will often think that they're a really romantic soul because like a hopeless romantic, because Venus is the planet of love and Aphrodite is the goddess of love. And Venusian people as well will often be seen as people with this kind of like romantic aura that kind of like pulls you in. Is it makes people like very drawn to you. And when I look at Venusian people in their aura, they usually are very conventionally attractive people. They have that type of vibe or aesthetic to them, and also like sometimes sex appeal to them too. So I guess people are often thinking things about your looks. Like with the Ten of Cups here, maybe things like, "Ooh, I'd love to date that person." Or, "Oh, I'd love to ask that person for their number." Or, "Oh, that person's so pretty. Like, I'd love to be their friend." That's the kind of vibe I get here, like where people want to form relationships to you. That's really what I'm getting here. And with the Empress, again, you look like you have self-love. That's what people are thinking of you. You look like you think highly of yourself when you walk into the room. And there's something here about you not really caring or thinking too much about like people looking and what people are, what people's opinions are. And if you're watching this reading, you're probably watching it for entertainment or out of, curiosity. But it's not like you really care too much about what people think. You shine in your own unique way, and I think that's what people notice about you. People may think that you're someone very introverted, but then sometimes they may also think you're really talkative, just depending on the day. And I'm really getting here, some may think you're really happy. Like if you're going around having a really happy day, they think that you're happy all the time. Yeah, that's what I'm getting here. Again, and people think you're a creative person. People think that you're someone that is very romantic. Like I keep getting those energies again and again and again. And people may also think you're someone that works very hard, or like if you've ever gone to a place after work, there's something about that. Or you just look like a very busy person, like you're constantly working, constantly improving yourself. I'm also seeing something about skincare and your health, like people thinking you're really healthy and that you take care of your skin, take care of yourself, um, and your mental health too. If you have tattoos, for very few of you, people may notice that, and some people may like it, some people may not, just depending on, who they are, if I have to be honest. Let's go ahead and pull some more cards to just end off here. Some people may also think you travel a lot since the Chariot came up twice. So we're using the Starseed Oracle deck now and the Astral Realms Crystal Oracle to end off. The Spirit Guides of my pile number 1s, what people think of them when they walk into the room. What people think of them when they walk into the room. Okay, look at the back of the deck. Venus energy. I love that confirmation. And it says, surrender to this sweetness. Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. And look at the man looking at her from across, or look at the woman looking at him. Regardless of, who you're attracted to, there's something about people thinking they're very attracted to you when, you walk around, when you walk into the room. Okay, we have Earth pulsing with pulse of the mother, slow down time and nature. And with that pleasure, joy, like I said earlier, people think you're a very happy person that takes pleasure in things you love to do. People may also think you kind of like romanticize your life. Like I'm seeing someone walk around with their coffee and enjoy their coffee, and it's like giving me that type of vibe, and maybe like have headphones in and you're really enjoying the music you're listening to. Or that's kind of just the impression people get from you. Even on social media, people may think that we have the blue flame with spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. I know we're doing about like what people think when you walk into the room, but I'm also picking up on social media here. And like if you ever post on your stories, people may think the same things about you, but they may also think that like you romanticize your life, and that you have a good music taste. Like if you ever post stories or things on your feed that have music in it, that's for very few of you. And you look like you do a lot of self-care, like you make time for rest, like you aren't like you look like you're busy, but you aren't really rushed, or stressed. Whereas some days maybe you are rushed, but then some days you look like you're very comfortable, like you're slowing down, you're going with the flow. Maybe even that you spend a lot of time in nature, like go on hikes. Like, I guess people get that impression from you. The blue flame, what am I picking up here? I'm just going to close my eyes quickly. I just saw 222. So again, I'm seeing like a scissors cutting off people, and you awakening to your own self-love, you awakening to what you truly deserve, and that self-love being activated and integrated within you, where you learn about yourself more, where you really find out what you truly like and what you don't, in your relationships. And there's something here about people thinking you're learning to love yourself, you're learning to put yourself first. That's kind of just the vibe they get from you. So again, same message there. Let's get one last card. People may notice your legs too. They may like your legs. Okay, Spirit Guides of pile number 1. What people think when they walk into the room. I can't make this up. We have Divine Love here. We have Pink Amethyst, Soul Star Chakra, and Divine Love, card 16. Okay. So I'm getting people that are attracted to you, may want to come up to you and talk to you with the throat chakra at the back of the neck. And they may, like want to ask for your number, like I said earlier. They may think of you as wifey, husband material, like someone that really, truly loves at a deep level, a hopeless romantic. Okay, and you look like that type of person, especially for those that are attracted to you, where you look like that type of person where if they were to date you, you would spend every moment together. You would like do everything together. That's kind of what I'm picking up here. And I really get here that people also want to be your friend. They think that you'd be a really good friend, when you walk into the room. And I see a lot of people just be drawn to you. And I think some of it has to do with your heart chakra, because your heart is so open that it's magnetic to people, where people naturally trust you. People want to form relationships to you. I don't think people ever doubt, like your intentions. Okay, and I also think that people think you're very comfortable with expressing yourself in the world. And again, self-love is coming through. So this is where I'll leave your reading pile number 1. This was a very beautiful and positive reading. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number twos. If you chose this green Aventurine crystal and the Queen of Earth, the Queen of Pentacles, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what people think when you walk into the room. So straight away, I'm hearing a song for you. Let me just get it quickly. Okay, so it's really interesting. The song is called Show Me How by Men I Trust. And I heard the part where she says, like, tell me how you loved before, show me how you smile, tell me why your hands are cold. So, I don't understand what that song means here in the context of this reading, but I'll keep it in mind as we pull more cards as we go along. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles here, the vibe I'm getting from you in terms of what people think when you walk into the room, they think that you're a very peaceful soul. You give off this vibe, and like your face looks at peace. Your face looks relaxed. You look comfortable with yourself, comfortable with the world around you, even comfortable in your clothing. You just look at peace. You look relaxed. You look like you're just vibing out. That's what I want to say. And people may think that you're someone that gives off this very, like, I want to say fairy-like vibe, or like very naturey vibe, like where people think when you walk into the room that you may like to spend a lot of time in nature, go on hikes, go to forests, waterfalls, just be out in nature a lot. People may think that you have pets, because I'm seeing someone, for example, walk their dog or something like that out in public, and people are noticing that. Or let's say you're driving around with your dog or your cat, or I don't know if people drive around with their cats. I've only seen dogs, but okay, anyways. People may think that you love animals. That's what I'm really getting, and that you have a love for the earth. People may think that you have that girl next door, boy next door type of vibe, where you look very comfortable and approachable, and not approachable in the sense of a negative scenario, but it's more so positive. Like, you look like that type of person that's so much at peace with yourself and everyone around you that people can just come up to you and speak to you and not necessarily fear that you're going to reject them or that you're going to be rude to them, because you don't look like a rude person. You actually look like a very kind person. Okay, so that's what people are thinking about you when you walk into the room. If you wear braids or something like that, people may notice that and really like that, or people may really notice your hair and really think they like your hair. And I'm really picking up on this kind of earthy vibe you give off. If you wear earth, or neutral tones, there's something about that coming through. Or I'm seeing like a minimalist aesthetic, or you just looking very put together, but then at the same time relaxed and comfortable. And it's not like, I don't mean this as an insult, but it's not like too perfect. It's relaxed, but at the same time very beautiful, very attractive in your appearance, where it's like, it's not an insult, I promise. It's more like you look relaxed and comfortable. You don't look like you're trying too hard. Does that make sense? Because some people, they walk out in public and, they look so perfect that it's like, it's almost from these people's impression, it's like they look like they're trying too hard. I just saw 333 on the clock. So on the timer, I mean. So we're going to use the Good Tarot. Let's get some more information for you. People may also look at you and think that you take good care of yourself, good care of your health, your skin, something about that's coming through. People may also think that you are very responsible with your money and that you have your life together in some way. Like, you have stability in some way. People may think that, get that impression from you. People may also look at you from your side profile and really admire you when you're not looking. People may think you walk around looking very focused, looking like you have something specific there to do. And then other people will like stare at you while you're doing that when you're not looking. And then when you look, they stare away quickly, okay? I'm seeing that. It seems like you have your life together. You have things in order. I'm seeing someone walk around with like a water bottle in their hand. Um, and then, people think you're very healthy or walk around in gym clothes like after gym or something like that. That's not going to resonate with everyone, but that's something I see. The Tower. And people think, you have stability, but you don't. You're also not a show off, I get here. And like people's impressions of you, like you may wear clothes that are good quality, that, fit you well, that are comfortable on you. You may drive a nice car for yourself or whatever this is, or this is just impressions people get of you. But then it's like, you also don't look like you're showing off. You look very humble, is what people think of you. Okay? So we keep seeing butterflies in your pile, 5 of fire, 5 of wands. Maybe give off that type of vibe, like a butterfly, or maybe I'm seeing someone here has a butterfly tattoo, specific message, or um you give off this very like airy, flowy vibe, like a butterfly fluttering around. Or do you remember, my regular viewers, in the beginning when I was always like, you're that butterfly everyone wants to catch but no one can keep? Maybe someone views you like that. We have Messenger of Earth. Okay. You could look very good with jewelry. We have the 2 of fire, 2 of wands. Some of you may be taller as a look at the giraffe, but it doesn't have to be. You could also be shorter. But people are maybe thinking something about your height, noticing something about your height. So as I close my eyes clairvoyantly, I'm seeing the Fool card. And people think that you're very comfortable with taking risks, but not like in a way of like taking leaps of faith without having the information first, like informed risks. You know when to take a risk and you know when not to. And you look very free, you look very at peace with yourself. As I close my eyes, I see a trampoline. And when I think of trampolines, I think of, when you're a kid and you're jumping and you're having fun. So, what I take from that message is people think you know how to have fun. People think you are responsible, like you have that balance where you work hard, but you also play hard. That's what I get from the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, you're responsible. That's what people think of you, that you're humble. Okay, and I think people also notice your eyes a lot. As I close my eyes, I'm seeing like a beautiful, beautiful eyes, like with nice eyelashes. So people may think that of you, where they really notice your eyes and the way your eyes look and your eyelashes. Okay. And Spirit is also showing me a Rubik's Cube. So there's something here about people sometimes thinking you're quite hard to figure out, that like some people may think one thing of you whereas another person may think the complete opposite, but I think all of them may resonate in some way, like the oppositions of what people think, the polarity, because it's like you are very comfortable with your multidimensionality. You're not someone to be put in a box, and you're not someone that puts yourself in a box. So, you can be free with being this and that at the same time, even if they're opposites, even if, it seems like a contradiction. Okay, so maybe people think that you're walking contradiction, but in the best possible way. Also, with the 5 of wands here in the Tower, I'm getting the impression here some people may think jealous thoughts of you. Because of how comfortable you are with yourself, because of how at peace you look, they may also perceive you to be very lucky and feel jealous of that. I'm just doing the reading and reading the energy, so I'm going to be honest with what I see here. And there's something here about like people wishing they could be in your place. But I'm also seeing the Hamsa hand as I close my eyes. So know that you're very protected from all negative energies, from people, sending evil eye, anything like that. Like you're very protected from that. So don't worry about that. Spirit is showing me this from the higher perspective of, with the giraffe here. I think of a higher perspective where people are learning from their jealousy towards you. So I just say be careful when you go out in public, protect your energy, cleanse your energy when you get home. if you can, or just pray, or imagine a white bubble of protection around you, though you are already protected by your spirit guides when you go out in public. Maybe that's why I've seen the butterfly. Maybe some of you have like a spirit guide that shows up in the form of a butterfly. It's not going to resonate with everyone, but that's something I see here. So I also think because you're very open, some can read you very well or have like certain impressions of you or certain thoughts of you, whereas some are completely off because of that Rubik's Cube thing I mentioned. Okay, but I see a lot more things here. I'll get into it in a moment. But before I do, I just want to ask you a quick favor, my pal twos. If you've gotten to this part of the video and you like this reading so far, and if you like any of the other readings I've done so far, if you've watched any of them, can you please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button? In the last 3 months, 60% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe. So, hitting that subscribe button helps me more than you know. It helps me put out more content. It helps my channel find new audiences. And I'm so, so, so grateful for you just being here and spending this time with me. And I'm sending you so much love. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day. And I hope you enjoy the rest of this reading. Okay, so it's 11:22 that I just saw now, angel number. So I feel drawn to using the Light Seers Tarot for you. Spirit Guides of Pile 2. Spirit Guides of Pile 2. What people think when they walk into the room. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Five of Pentacles. We have the Three of Pentacles. I don't get this Five of Pentacles. Two of Swords. Seven of Wands. Okay, I understand. Okay, what people think when they walk into the room. Four of Cups in the reverse. The Devil. Okay, Spirit, enough about the jealousy. Anything else here? Eight of Cups. And we have the Four of Swords. Okay. Also, the sun is popping out. Okay, so again, we see a lot of jealousy here, but I don't want to focus on this too much. For me, I don't like focusing on this energy. I want my readings to bring positivity and empowerment. So I'm just going to look at this quickly and then we're moving on. Okay, so Nine of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Seven of Wands. What I pick up here, some people may be jealous of your luck or your finances in a way. With the Tower here, it's like they secretly wish that things fall apart for you in terms of your finances. They secretly wish that you'd have challenges in your finances, that you'd lose money because they themselves are experiencing a lack within their finances, are experiencing maybe a lack within peace as well, because we have the Four of Swords here. So, people perceive you to be very at peace with yourself and the world around you. Like I said earlier, you're very comfortable with yourself. And a lot of people may be jealous of that, may wish that you almost like look at yourself badly, So if you're ever out in public and you ever have, for example, like an intrusive thought of like, oh, I feel bad about myself or I don't look good. But then right before that, you were feeling good about yourself. You were feeling confident. That is a sign that someone's, thinking negative thoughts about you. So I'd say almost like, I watched this. I don't know. I think she's someone on Instagram. I forgot her name, but she talks about like how you can brush off the energy where you almost like do this and imagine yourself brushing off their negative energy. I'm seeing that clairvoyantly. And if you can't do that out in public, I almost like say, imagine like a broom sweeping all the negative energy away, sweeping all the dust away over your aura, like a small broom or like hands or something, or a feather duster. So, and then imagine like a protection around your aura where nothing can infiltrate that energy. So I'd say people that are very jealous of you, it's because you are so comfortable with yourself, because you are so at peace, and they don't feel that way themselves. Maybe they're in certain situations that are toxic for them, that they feel very dissatisfied with their life. They perceive you to be very happy with the sun, and they're just not happy with their own life. Like let's say you're smiling and then all of a sudden they're thinking that you're so happy, that every day of your life is happy, and they're so dissatisfied with life, and then they're kind of like wishing that you wouldn't be as happy. It's kind of like that type of vibe, because they almost feel defensive when they see you making a choice to be happy, so then they almost like want to think negative thoughts towards you. I don't even want to focus on this. Other things I see here. People really take notice of your voice, your hair. That comes through strongly, and they really like that. Some people may feel attracted to you in a sensual way. Okay, and people really also notice your voice. People also think your voice gives off this very calm, but also intelligent demeanor. Yeah, people think you're very intelligent when you walk around in public and, when you walk into the room. People also think that you kind of look at things from a much higher perspective, much higher point of view, more intelligent point of view. Like that's how people are viewing you when are walking into a room. And I guess people just see you as a very happy person. I'm going to pull some more of these Lightseers tarot cards for more information, but I don't want this energy. Okay, spirit guides. So let's cleanse these cards. Cleanse these cards of all negative energies, please. I don't want any messages about jealousy, please. Can we please get some messages about what people think when pile number 2 walks in the room? 9 of Pentacles. You see, I cannot make this up. Even if you're not a place in your finances where you're doing well, it's like people just perceive that from you. And look at her smiling so bright. Look at the bird here. You seem free. You seem like you've really grown within your life. You seem like you have the things you want. You have stability. You have, I want to say the word luxury, or you have more than others perceive, because the 5 of Pentacles is right opposite the 9 of Pentacles. We have the 3 of Wands. So people perceive you to be someone with big dreams, big wishes, a lot of passions and goals, and you're determined to get there, but you also have a comfortability and an ease to you in the way that people perceive you when you walk into the room, where it's like you're not worried about how you're going to get there or what's going to happen, or this is just what people perceive, even if it's not true. People can judge based off the way you look, based off the way you carry yourself, you know what I mean? So it's not always true or accurate, but then people think you're really doing well in your finances. People think you're really happy. People think you maybe go out a lot, okay? That you are able to do things you want to do and have fun with the things you want to do. People may also think you just give all this very much like go with the flow type of vibe, that you're someone that's always expanding and growing and looking towards new heights, that you're a dreamer, that you want to bring your big dreams into this reality. We have the 4 of Wands. So people think you're very fun to be around. People think that you, like I said, may go out a lot. People perceive you to have everything you wish for. 9 of Cups. This is not me. Look at the treasure here. Like, the 9 of Cups is all about wish fulfillment. 10 of Swords. 7 of Swords. So again, like, I can't make this up. The jealousy is showing up here because people perceive you to have everything you wish for. And they feel quite destroyed by it, like quite stuck when they see you enjoying. But anyways, I digress. We do have the 2 of Cups at the back of the deck. So I do think some people, Like if you are in a romantic connection, they may notice you and your romantic partner out together. Or if you ever go out with friends with the Three of Cups here, people may notice that. People may notice like your friendships or your relationships. And if you're not in a romantic connection, people may think like, are you single or are you in a romantic connection? Maybe because they're interested in you. Yeah, I'm really getting that energy. Okay, people also think that you're someone really balanced with temperance at the back of the deck and patient too. Let's get some oracle cards to end off. Okay, I'm sorry that that energy showed up, but the cards don't lie. Okay, Spirit Guides of pile number 2. I almost said pile 3, so maybe some of you are drawn to pile 3. If not, okay. There's also a sensuality to you, like attractiveness to you that people think. This is the astral realms crystal oracle, so what people think when pile 2 walks into the room. We have emerald with Mercury and cognizance. So people think that you're someone really smart, that you have a very intelligent looking energy to you. You look like you, I don't want to say think a lot, but you look like you're very focused. You look like you think things through, but in a very calm demeanor. People may also think that there's something significant about your voice that makes you stand out in some way. Okay, that may even bring you abundance in some way. This card wants to pop out. People may think that your intelligence shows through in the way that you speak, but also your calm demeanor. People may really like to hear your voice when you're out in public or when you walk into the room. Then they're like wondering, I want to speak to pile 2. That's kind of the vibe I get here. People also think you're very aware of what you say to others. You're not careful of what you say to others, but you're aware of how powerful our words are. So you make sure to only, bring positive things into people's lives with the words you say, and you really speak from a place of love. And I'm picking up, if you've ever walked into a room like where, let's say it's a party or like a chilled event or something, and people are looking at you in jealousy, and then they eventually talk to you, and you're talking to them with such love, with such gracefulness, then they start to actually like you, and then they start to actually look within and think, why am I being so mean to this person, like in my thoughts, in my mind, because they've been nothing but kind to me. So you really make people look in a higher perspective. That's what I'm picking up here. And I think a lot of people just want to talk to you, go up to you, but some may feel shy. So Spirit Guides of pile 2. If you just ever have like random people just go up to you and talk to you, it's something about that showing up. And what I spoke about in the beginning, like you give off this relaxed and approachable vibe where they perceive that you're not going to reject them or be mean to them. So people really feel comfortable going up to you and talking to you. And people may even think, like, let's say you do end up talking to a stranger or an acquaintance. People really like conversations with you. That's what they think. So we have loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. What does this card mean? We have child of the universe, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. Child of the cosmos. Okay. What people think when they walk into the room. Empathetic starseed, energetic sovereignty, and absorbing what's not yours. If you ever have people come up to you and just tell you about their life problems, it's because they perceive you to be very empathic and nurturing, and they perceive you to kind of like understand the things they're going through, to Be someone with a lot of wisdom. So with Child of the Cosmos here opposite Loosen Your Grip, I don't feel this is your energy, but like, let's say someone is addicted to a certain type of toxic connection and they know it's not good for them, and they can see you're a really loving person, or that's just the vibe they get from you, that you look like the person that's not going to judge them. So they go up to you and they talk to you about these things that are happening in their life, and then you give them really good advice based off your intuition. And then they realize, oh, I was drawn to that person for a reason. Like, I longed to hear this for a really long time. Like, you know what to tell people, like what they really need to hear, and I'm getting that vibe from you of like what people think of you. And I think some people do long to be your friend and do long to, have some kind of relationship with you. But I think people also think you're unique and you're following your own path. You're not necessarily caring too much about what people are thinking about you, or like people being jealous towards you, or anything like that. I don't think you really care. You look like you have this unapologetic type of attitude to you. Like, I'm clairvoyantly seeing Rihanna now. Okay, and like her energy. Yeah, I do also think a lot of people want to be friends with you or want to get to know you. That's what they think when you walk into the room. So this is your reading, pile 2. This was a really beautiful reading besides the jealousy. I really hope this reading resonated for you. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number 3s. If you chose this Petrified Wood and the Hierophant card, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what people think about you when you walk into the room. So please be aware this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. I'm getting this sort of vibe from you, first impressions, like people kind of get. They think that you're a really pure soul. Like people may even think that you're an angel, that you're so sweet. But then at the same time, because she has angel wings here, but then at the same time, you give off this strong demeanor of like a strong personality. That's what people think about you when you walk into the room. Whether this is true or not, this is what people think. People think that you give off this vibe of like, respect me. Do not come up to me and like, I almost want to say spew bullshit to me. Do not come up to me and disrespect me. Like, there is this polarity here where the number 5 is making me think of the 5th house in astrology, which is all about playfulness and that youthful energy, creativity. So people may think you're very playful, very creative, very youthful in some way, very free-spirited in some way. You know what I mean? That you have a certain type of passion to you, or a passionate side that you want to explore, like in some way. I'll get deeper into that. But then there's a polarity here of respect me, do not F with me. Like, I can be playful, I can be fun, but do not F with me. So there's a type of respect me vibe like you give off. This very powerful vibe you give off in the sense of knowing who you are, knowing your worth, something like that's coming through. But also being very grounded in your sense of self, in your knowledge. People may think you're very knowledgeable when you walk into the room. People may think that you're very intelligent and smart, that you have a lot of wisdom. And people may also think that you're good at writing, that you have good communication skills. People may also think that you have a sort of regal energy when you walk into the room, where people may sometimes put you on a pedestal. Let's go ahead and pull some more cards for you. We're going to start out with the Good Tarot. So Spirit Guides on my pile number 3s. That youthful energy I spoke about, some of you may look younger than your age, or people may think you look younger, or you have a youthful experience, or like you age like fine wine. Spirit Guides of pile 3, what people think when they walk into the room. We have the 8 of Water, 8 of Cups, I just heard the word transformation, that you've gone through a big transformation in leaving something behind. Okay. We have the Four of Water, Four of Cups. We have the Emperor. Look at this Leo energy. Fifth house is Leo energy. I know the Emperor is Aries, but there's a lion here. Okay, so some people may think you give off like a Leo vibe, even if you're not a Leo, that you just stand out in your own unique way. Okay, and then we have the King of Fire, King of Wands. I love that. Okay, what am I getting here? Okay, if you ever wear jewelry, specifically silver jewelry or gold jewelry too, but specifically silver jewelry, people may notice that and think they really like your jewelry. And if you ever wear cool colored clothes, that's really coming through. People, like maybe some of you have like a winter type of beauty, like ice cream type of beauty. I don't know why I'm picking that up, but some of you do. Whereas some of you have like a summery type of vibe to your beauty, to your attractiveness, regardless of your gender. Okay. Yeah. I'm really getting this vibe from you. Like people think that you have a light, that you shine bright in your own unique way, that you have a strong passion, a strong creativity in some way. So maybe people may think that you love to do a certain thing, like paint, write, sing, that you're like maybe loving to bake. I'm even seeing making clothes. So people may think you partake in creative hobbies based off the vibe you give off, based off your looks, like this is what people are thinking when you walk into the room, whether it's actually true or not. People may also think that you are very expressive in some way with your creativity, in the way that you dress, in the way that your home looks. Whether they've been to your home or not, they may just get that impression from you. Okay, people may think that you're very strong, is the word I hear, very courageous, like you are not afraid to put yourself out there into the world and stand out and truly know your worth, truly stand confident within yourself. That's what people think of you when you walk into the room. People may also think that you're a really deep person, that you deeply understand yourself, that you deeply understand others, and so they think you're very wise. And you have a lot of depth to you. You have more to you than meets the eye, is what people think of you. People may think that you're someone truly in your heart space, but maybe that you've been effed over by someone or certain people, that you are very discerning on who you give your time and energy to, which is why you give off maybe like this vibe of respect me, or maybe that's like an assumption people make about you based off the vibe you give off, like when you do walk into the room. I know it's not the vibe you give off in the reading, but I think people read you based off your vibe, like when you walk into the room, because we have the moon at the back of the deck. So people are maybe like thinking of you in a certain way because of the vibe you give off, but also because of your looks and I guess just what people are assuming. So yeah, people may assume and think that you are not afraid to walk away from people, places, situations that aren't treating you good, because you know your worth. You have a lot of self-love. You have a lot of confidence in self, a lot of strength, that you may have not been through the easiest of things in life, but nothing is ever going to dim your light. Nothing's going to put out that fire. Even if it's put out for a moment, it's always going to come back. That's what people are thinking about you when you walk into the room. People may think that you hold yourself to a high regard, but not in a way where it's coming from an egotistical place. Okay, some that are unsatisfied with themselves and the way they view themselves, they may, perceive you as egotistical because you're confident. But I think most people don't perceive you as egotistical. Most people perceive you as, a safe space where, like, I even get here similar to Pile 2, where maybe people may even come up to you and tell you their life stories, tell you about their pain, because they perceive you to be very emotionally intelligent. They perceive you to be very loving, like a safe space. So sometimes, like, they'll come up to you and start to tell you about things that are close to their heart. But I also feel like you do have a healing and grounding energy that people do feel out from you, and so they start to come up to you and talk to you about their life stories. I do see a bunch of other things here, but before we get into that, I do have a small favor to ask from you, pile 3. In the last 3 months, 60% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe. So if you've ever liked any of the videos I've posted, or you like this reading up until now, can you please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button? It helps my channel more than you know, and it also helps me put out more content, and it helps my channel find new audiences and grow. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all your support, all your love, and I'm sending you so much love and gratitude for you just being here with me today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and the rest of the reading. So people perceive you to be very magnetic. They really like your hair, especially like if your hair ever blows in the wind. Like, that's a specific message for some, but that's something I see. And they really like your face shape. Some of you have prominent cheeks, like, or cheekbones. There's something about your cheeks people really notice, whether they are more full and like rosy or vibrant, or some of you have freckles or something like that, or something about having high cheekbones or just having a nice face shape. If you don't resonate with any of that, people also really like your eyes and your hair. That's what I'm getting here in terms of what people think. Some of you also are very voluptuous and curvy, where people are really, I almost hear the word thirsting over you. Whereas others of you, even if you're more slim, there's something about you giving off a seductive vibe to the way that you look. Almost like this mermaid luring people in, where a lot of people may crush on you, or kind of like want to go up to you and talk to you, but they don't know if you're going to reject them or if you're going to like them back. So sometimes they may hold back, sometimes they may, actually, use up the courage to go up to you and talk to you. Okay, I'm seeing like someone try to come up to you and impress you, or use pickup lines on you, or something along those lines. People may think when you walk into the room that you're very happy with life, that you're very happy with yourself, that you give off like this, for some of you, like you give off this sunshine vibe, okay? This very passionate vibe about life, and very magnetic, like exuding this self-love, exuding this confidence, holding yourself to a high standard, being self-assured. Even when I speak in this reading, it's like, some readings I will doubt myself, but then as I'm in the energy of your reading, I feel very self-assured. So maybe I'm feeling into your energies and like what people are thinking, okay? For your pile, I'm going to be using the Muse Tarot. Okay, I'm seeing a cat, so some of you may have like cat eyes or cat-like features, or people may perceive you to have a cat. Okay, like even if you post your cats on social media, or pets, something about pets is coming through. I'm even seeing a goldfish or like dogs. We have 3 of Inspiration, 3 of Wands. We have the Emperor again. It is 11:11 on the clock. Amazing synchronicity. Okay. Yeah, I'm still getting that energy of depth to you. People like thinking you're a very deep person. I'm even hearing the word poetic in some way, that you may speak in a poetic way, or they may just think that of you. People may view you as a person that does feel things deeply, but you also are wary and discerning of who you share that with. Because I think for you, you need to have that comfortability with a person in order to be vulnerable with them. Okay, so we have the Star card popping out. We have the Queen of Cups. Okay, yeah, so people view you as very compassionate, is the word I want to use, and wise and deep and emotionally intelligent. But it's like there is a softness and a gentleness to you, but you also choose who you share that softness and gentleness with. People think you're very genuine, but then it's like, still, do not F with me. So there's a polarity to you, a contradictory element, but it's not contradictory because you're discerning. I just saw 1333 on the timer. Ace of Materials, Ace of Pentacles, Muse of Emotions, which is the King of Cups. So it sounds like paradoxical, but it's like you are soft and gentle, but then at the same time really emotionally balanced, really like your strength is within your emotions where you know how to emotionally regulate, and you give off this vibe like I don't need anyone, like I'm good on my own, but also I'd like people around me that are genuine. Um like I do want people around me that are genuine. I do want people that care about me the same way I care about them. People that are also going to listen to me and be there for me. But I'm also not going to beg for it. Like, I don't know. That's what people think of you, okay? We have the Knight of Inspiration, Knight of Wands. And at the back of the deck, we have Awakening. So people may, for some of you, perceive you to be spiritual or have gone through an awakening or something like that. So I'm hearing like, I wish I could be as confident as pile 3. I wish I had pile 3's hair. So some people may think like that, but not in a way of jealousy per se. Like pile 2 had a lot more jealous energies, but it's more in a way of admiration. It's more of an admiration people have towards you in their thoughts. Like, oh, look at that person over there. Like when you're walking around in public, or let's say you go to a place where there's a bunch of people, like into a restaurant, you're still walking into a room, and someone's like to their friend, oh, I really like that person's makeup or their outfit or their hair. So people really think thoughts in terms of admiration of you. And yeah, like you really give off this very powerful magnetic vibe. Like, I believe in myself, I know my worth. You walk around with sureness within yourself, like, I'm sure of myself, I know my worth. And you also give out this very grounded look, but also very soft, but also at the same time respect me. So it's like similar to pile 2, you're like a walking contradictory, but it's not necessarily that you're contradictory in any way. I think you're just multidimensional, where you have many different sides to you. You're deep, you don't necessarily, I want to say you're very fluid, you're very free, you're very flowy, you know what I mean? And that is how people are viewing you and like seeing you, when you are walking into the room. That's what people think of you. People may sometimes underestimate your strength, but then later on see it for themselves and they're like, whoa. I hear people thinking, whoa, for pile 3 in a good way. People may think that you gain a lot of opportunities to you with the Ace of Pentacles, that you're very ambitious, that you're also a lot of fun to be around, that you're someone that truly shines bright, and no one can dim that shine. Nothing can dim that light. Even for a second, like if it does get dimmed, it will always come back out. That's really what I get. I'm hearing the word vengeful. What does that mean, Spirit? Okay, so this is not necessarily like what people are thinking when you walk into the room, but I'm seeing people from your past almost like trying to pry on you, because I'm clairvoyantly seeing, in those like mystery movies when they go into a place and they're trying to look for information and then they're like looking through the files. So it's like people from your past may perceive you to, they may be a little bit scared of you in a way because of, like, maybe they did something so wrong to you that they're like scared you'd get revenge on them or that you'd be vengeful towards them. I don't know why that's coming through in your reading, because I don't think you necessarily are around people from your past, because we do have the 8 of Cups here, which is all about, you walking away from things that don't serve you. 1818 on the timer. So confirmation. Yeah, you're always moving forward. you have big dreams, big goals, big desires, and you're ready to go towards that. People may also think of you to be a good listener, very sweet, very kind, but also in the sense of knowing your worth. So, yeah, there's a lot of layers to you, is what I get here. So we're gonna use the Starseed Oracle deck now to end off, and then the Astral Realms Crystal Oracle. Okay, we have weight of the world, boundaries, let it go, it's not yours to carry. So maybe in the past, like maybe you've changed a little bit. Maybe in the past, you used to be like fully in this Queen of Cups energy where it may have been to your detriment, where you may have been a little bit too empathetic, or like this is maybe just like what people from your past or people that have known you or seen you transform with a new earth here that's popping out are noticing about you. Like there's this new version to you that's come to fruition, as we spoke about before with the transformation. So it's like now you're still that sweet person, but you're also not carrying everyone's bullshit. Sorry for my language, but that's what I'm getting. Like, you have boundaries now. You know your strength, you know your power. You're still that very compassionate and loving and empathetic and nurturing person, is what people think of you, especially people that have seen this transformation take place when you walk into the room. Like, let's say people that have seen you a year ago and then they see you now, but they're like an acquaintance, they're not really in your life, but they see how your demeanor has changed. And now it's like you have stronger boundaries, but you're still that person. You know what I mean? So it's like you now have balance where it's good for you, where it's supporting you in some way. Okay. And people also perceive you and think of you as very loyal, that you're very genuine, that you may have gone through things in life, but you also are able to let it go and realize that, like if another person put hurt or pain onto you, that it's not yours to carry, it's theirs to carry. Because we have I'm sorry at the back of the deck. So some people may have seen, like let's say you walk into a local coffee shop or grocery store or mall, and you've been there before with an ex, for example, and now you don't go there with your ex anymore. And then it's like, people are looking at it and thinking, what did that ex do? Are they regretting what they did? Like, how dare they hurt pile 3? Because it's almost like they're looking at you like you wouldn't hurt a fly. And even if that person didn't hurt you, it's like, how dare they hurt pile 3? Do they regret it? That's what I'm picking up here in terms of like people's assumptions, okay? Okay, so spirit guides of pile number 3, 11:22 on the clock. There's so many synchronicities in your pile. Okay, we have Aragonite, the fire element, and initiation, card 10. Yeah, so there's this fiery energy within you that people see and people think of when they see you. I think people perceive you, like I said, to be very creative, to be very passionate, to be someone with a lot of motivation and ambition to get where you desire. But also, fire is the energy of creation. You create the things you want in your life. You don't wait around for it to just fall into your lap. You go out there and create it yourself. You are maybe perceived to be that person that is the first one to start something, the first one to try something, to be that person that gets outside of your comfort zone. You are maybe perceived to be very outgoing, and social when you're out in public, where people feel comfortable coming up to you and just talking to you. But also at the same time, like if they have negative intentions towards you, it's like that respect me vibe you have almost like pulls out I want to say the bad apples from the tub of apples. Like the bad apples are naturally like gone, is what I want to say. And then people also like think of you to be quite a trendsetter, or they think of you in a way where it's like very inspiring when they look at you. Like let's say you wear a specific outfit, then people are inspired and they're like, ooh, I want to dress up in the way pile 3 dresses. that type of energy. And I think a lot of people are just also very intuitively drawn to you because we have the moon here and South Node popping out. So some people, like, if they have experienced certain past life connections with you, they may look at you when you walk into the room and think there's this sort of familiarity to you. But that's a very few people, not everyone. Because I don't think we've experienced past lives with everyone we encounter, but it's like, also, a lot of people feel just very intuitively and emotionally drawn to you in some way. And I think it's also your energy that is very magnetic in some way. So this is your reading pile 3. I really hope this reading resonated. Such a beautiful reading. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye!